Yes, a couple of images there of Lifehouse playing at the Metals Plaza, which we referred to earlier, you know, the home of culture here in Salt Lake City. And tomorrow night at the Metals Plaza, the Foo Fighters. And again, please welcome now from the Foo Fighters, Dave Grohl! How about the smell of it? It looks fantastic.
Yeah.
And Dave, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Now, obviously, you've spent some time in cooler parts of America. What connection do you have with the canon of Winter Olympic sports?
I played hockey as a child.
Yes.
But I sucked pretty bad. I wasn't very good at that. I snowboard every once in a while.
Snowboard, yes.
I'm not very good at that either, actually. So, basically just the big fat paycheck that they sent us to play at the show.
Right, yes, of course. And there's nothing wrong with that, let me tell you.
No,
as a spectator, though, are there things that you like that you...
Hockey, I love ice hockey.
Yeah.
And when I was a kid, the 1980 American hockey team...
Miracle on Ice.
Jim Craig, the goalie, was my hero. So much he was my hero that... I had a Sports Illustrated magazine, and I remember reading through it and reading about his family in the small town in Massachusetts where he came from, and I actually called information to get his home phone number. And so I stalked Jim Craig.
Right. That's fantastic, isn't it?
I did. It's true.
Did you get through?
I think I got through to a family member.
Right.
I said, "Hi, is Jim there?" And they said, "No, he's not." And I said, "Well, it could have been another Jim Craig." But I said, "Congratulations anyway." So.
No, quite happy to accept that.
And what did you think of the Miracle on Ice team lighting the torch the other night? Lighting the
You know, I missed that. I didn't know. But I think that my mother has a crush on Jim Craig now.
Wow.
She won't stop talking about him.
Well,
she won't stop talking about his salt and pepper hair.
Yeah.
Well, is that the only thing she's noticed about Jim lately?
He's sort of bulked up a little bit.
Oh, has he?
Yeah, well,
you know what they say.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, do you want some gum? Have you got enough gum there?
This piece is stale, actually.
Yeah, get rid of it. Get rid of it. Put it there.
That'll add to the flavour.
Yeah, America's the land we just add things. There we go. Hey, Stu, do you want some gum?
No, I'm off gum this week. Now, look, how can we make the Olympics talk to kids more? I mean, this is the big thing about the Winter Olympics. It's rock and roll. It's sort of involving kids. It's getting people together with kids and somehow pushing towards, well, basically Smiggins at the moment and then beyond Smiggins stuff.
Well, no, I mean, with snowboarding becoming bigger and bigger of a sport, I think that the extreme sports eventually will sort of start making their way.
But why can't skateboarding be a summer game sport, for instance?
Good question. I don't know. It's illegal in most sidewalks, so I'm sure they don't want to encourage it. I don't know.
I think a lot of the traditional sports we got could become more extreme. I would like to think in the bobsleigh, for example, four-man, you could put up, say, a playing card in the back crack of the bloke at the back, and it's got to make its way right through to the captain of the team at the front, and they get him out, part the buttocks, there it is.
Very good.
Let's just talk music for a moment.
Okay.
Yeah, now, you expressed an interest in melodies, getting back to melodies.
Yeah.
AM sort of melodies. Now, the Osmonds. Have you had a listen to any of the Osmonds?
The Osmonds actually had a song called Crazy Horses. That the first time I heard it, I thought it was Motorhead.
Wow.
I swear. This is an old Osmonds hit. Crazy Horses. You should check it out. It's like a heavy metal song. It's not like the Osmonds. It's not the teeth and the smiles.
No.
It's the grit.
It's the grit.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
You see?
Osmonds, rock.
See?
Yeah.
Now, what about the Mormon Tabernacle Choir?
I don't know much about them at all.
You don't seem to know much about Salt Lake City.
I don't, actually.
You've just blown in to do this job, and then you're going to blow out as quickly as you can.
I've had a couple good dinners. I know that
Where'd you go?
the security
We've
here
had
is
trouble
amazing.
finding food. I mean, we can get this sort of stuff, this sort of rubbish.
I'm full. Actually, I just ate.
Where do you get good food?
We went to a place called Bocce. It was pretty
Oh, yeah,
delicious.
Bocce's. We know Bocce's.
Tonight we went to Flanagan's.
Don't know Flanagan's.
No, Flanagan's.
No.
Delicious steakhouse.
And what about beer? Can you get
Third
beer,
and Main.
wine? Have you been able to
Well,
crack into that?
I don't really understand the politics behind getting wasted here, but it's something. It's different than anywhere else. So it's too complicated.
Crazy.
I don't have a mini bar.
No.
No.
Neither do I.
No. No,
That-
there's no safe or minibar.
I don't know. I think they keep the booze in the safe.
Yes. Now, playing in sub-zero conditions, as you will be tomorrow night, you know, do you bring any special equipment? I mean, I noticed that in the opening ceremony, people like Sting and others, including the Dixie Chicks, all played with gloves on.
Was they mind? I reckon.
Shh. Really? You think?
Sorry to interrupt the point, actually. Are you miming tomorrow?
Are we miming?
Yeah.
Like miming? Or... Oh, lip syncing. No, we don't lip sync.
But coming back to the point of hand, that's right, in the box. Yeah. That's right. As I keep pointing out to visitors, you know, in Australia, people can mime with the mic way over there or lip sync with the mic way over there, but here they seem to want to sit on it and still have trouble getting it in, you know, in somewhere the lips moving in vague relationship to the words. On the record now, but the sub-zero temperatures. I mean, how do
it's going to be tough? I don't know. Apparently, they have heaters on the sides of the stage.
Right. Okay.
Apparently, the sides of the stage are okay. The drums are okay.
Yes.
It's just up in the middle where I stand, which is the coldest. So actually today I went and bought what I think is maybe like a Navy SEAL covert swimming operations hat.
Wow.
It kind of looks like a, almost like a full head paintball mask. And I'm thinking about wearing it.
And are you getting the vocals out in that, or is it Grohl?
Well, there are little holes in the front.
That you've cut in there.
Well, they came with the mask, actually, the holes.
What, with luge gear or something like that? Something tight?
Well, we had talked about wearing the body condoms.
I think it's sexy.
You think so?
I think it looks sexy.
Neon?
Neon?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Sure. And if the downstairs is articulated properly. You know what I mean? Which is a big ask in sub-zero temperatures.
But the other thing is get it to swing on the beat. I think once you get it to swing on the beat, people won't be able to take their eyes off it. Yeah, no. Now, barbecuing. You love barbecuing, so much so that you take a barbecue technologist. This is something that's anathema to Australians because they can all do it. Right. But you take somebody who can grill with you on the road.
We took a Brazilian barbecue guy with us on the road. Right. So, like, there's American barbecue, there's the Australian barbecue, and then there's the Brazilian barbecue. And this guy...
And what could he cook?
Anything.
But that doesn't answer the question. I mean,
he was
anything edible?
Briskets and you know, seafood, and he was good with ribs, and he was all about the sauces. I mean, he could slow cook something like this. He could slow cook pork very well, but it was all about his Brazilian grandmother's. See,
the marinade.
It's in the sauce.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's all in the sauce.
Yeah. Now, I noticed with your Foo Fighters album in Australia. It had an outer cover that featured the great Australian swimmer Michael Klim.
Yes. Absolutely.
Who has a tattoo of the Foo Fighters. Now, were you aware of that? You're obviously across that.
Yeah, but I think his tattoo is temporary. See, because with the album, at first, I think the first pressing of the album, you could get a temporary tattoo because, see, I have it right there.
Yes.
And so we included it in the album.
Okay.
And I think somehow he got hold of it, slapped it on, and then the Australian record company thought it was pretty cool.
And are you a Klim freak? I mean...
I really don't follow swimming. But
I find that hard to believe.
I used to, but we're so busy.
Yeah, that's right. Now, unfortunately, we got a photo of Michael yesterday, and unfortunately, he's got Kylie written there. So
see?
It's a very...
Beach Boys.
That's always temporary, too, actually.
Beach Boys.
I saw them on TV. Yes. I didn't see them up and close.
What did you think? Did you think, wow, cool?
Talking to kids?
Yeah, I thought they looked cold.
Silly.
A little silly.
Well, look, tomorrow night, it'll be a great thrill if, just for briefly, on top of the rig, you might be able to have time to put the Smiggins hat.
Really?
Yes.
I can have that?
You can certainly have that.
But, see, I've already got one of these.
And, of of course, Dave, for coming on the show, you get this Olympic pin of Cedric Sloan stabbing the seagull with a beautiful diamante in the eye of the seagull. Only available to people who come on this show. And, of course, the Cedric Sloan story the other night, the memory lingers on. And Spotlight, the great pin makers in Australia, have managed to get this together to present to you. There you go.
Thank you very much.
Can you please thank Dave Grohl?